Apparently, my great-grandfather lived in this castle, Roderick Mackenzie, back in the 1600s before he came to America. I think he came to America in the 1630s or 1640s. Came from here, Redcastle, to St. Mary's, Maryland. I'm not sure. I think they removed the roof of this castle, so it's pretty much ruins at this point, but I don't think you can go inside, so I think it's kind of blocked off with some sort of barbed wire or something, but I'll see what I can do. If I can I'll get as close as I can. It's a mile this way. It's pretty much the only road. And now I have to figure out where to go. Oh shit. We can't go that way. Okay, so which way do I go? I'm going to turn this off. Dave again. Okay. I am in Scotland, and I'm walking to, I guess what's called Redcastle. God, where is this place? This is in Ross and Cromarty. I don't even know how you pronounce that correctly, but near Inverness. I'm not too far from Inverness. This is kind of the Black Isle, I guess is what they call it. But apparently, this is where my great-grandfather Roderick Mackenzie came from in the 1600s. I think 1630s or 1640s. He moved to St. Mary's, Maryland from Redcastle. So it was the family castle. He was born here, apparently, lived here, and then moved to America. So I'm about to go see it. This is kind of cool. I think I don't know, there's supposed to be a stable up here on the left, and then it's after the stable I should be able to see it. But this is their land, so I'm on the estate right now. This is the land that was owned by my great-grandparents, the Mackenzies, the clan Mackenzie from Scotland. I had no idea. I just recently discovered this. I know, doing the DNA research, I do have a lot of like Scottish, Irish DNA as well as British. But the whole Scottish-Irish thing has been kind of baffling to me because I really didn't know anyone in my family tree that had any sort of Scottish or Irish surnames until I just discovered these guys not too long ago. Probably a month ago. So I do have a few people from Scotland. I think one or two people I've found from Ireland. I have about 100 people from England. So, and these are all people that sailed to America from the United Kingdom. Mostly back in the 1600s during the colony times. So tracing back, I don't know, 10 generations or so, I have a bunch of grandparents that came to America from England, and well, these people from Scotland and some people from Ireland. I've done my English genealogy pretty thoroughly. There's still a few branches left to do, but for the most part, I've done pretty well in that. Scottish ancestry is better than my Irish. There's only a couple that I have so far from Ireland, like one or two. So I'm gonna wait on Ireland. I decided to cancel my trip to Ireland. I was gonna do England, Scotland, and Ireland all the same trip, but I found that there's so much in England that I've been skipping. I really need more time to go back and see a bunch of stuff that I missed. And I didn't want to miss Scotland, but Ireland I can pass and come back some other time after I've done enough research to really know where I'm going. But yeah, so many people in America, they know that, their name's English or their surname's English or something, but that's about it. They don't know where they came from. They don't know who their family is. They haven't never been back to their homeland or where they lived before they came to America. So to me, it seems like a shame just to go back to England and see London and see all the tourist sites without knowing who your family was and where they came from, and without visiting your hometown. So that's what I've been doing this trip. I guess these are the stables here. I've been going to all the little towns where all my 100 different grandparents came from, before they sailed to America. It's pretty cool little. Well, they're in the woods. I guess they did a lot of hunting. On their coat of arms, they have a deer. So I guess they knew how to. They weren't strangers to venison, or knew how to carve up a deer, I guess. But okay, so this is like a little. I don't know, like a farm kind of a thing. Supposedly they removed the roof of the castle, so they didn't have to pay taxes on it, which is kind of strange. But the people that own the land, I guess they didn't want to. I guess they own a bunch of land and own a bunch of different houses or buildings on it, so they have to pay tax if there's roofs on the buildings, I guess. I don't know how that works, but where is this place? It's supposed to be coming up. I don't even know what that is. Looks like a church of some kind. Maybe it used to be like an old family church. I don't know. I mean, this would be like the farm. They would have owned a bunch of land and then they would have needed to pay money to own all the land, like a tax. So they would have used it for income, and they would have had a bunch of laborers kind of tilling the doing whatever they're doing, if it's horses or sheep or whatever. Trying to make some sort of income off the land. So that looks like it's probably, I think I saw some hay back there, but I don't know what any of this stuff would be. Supposed to be around here somewhere. There's a fork in the road. Which way do I want to go? I think I want to go to the right. So let me go to. Oh, yeah, I think I see it actually. Let's go to the right. Although, maybe that was just a tree. That's a pretty big tree. Wow, that's a huge tree. Been there a couple 100 years at least. It's probably been there. It's probably been there. That's how thick it is. It's probably been there since my family lived here 400 years ago. Pretty big. There's a bridge here. Now I have no idea where to go. Maybe it's over here. Oh, here's somebody coming. Which way is Redcastle?
Hello?
You know which way Redcastle is?
It's just above it. It's just above you there. Just walk through that gate on the right.
I'm a descendant of Roderick Mackenzie. I guess this was my ancestors' land.
Oh, yeah.
400 years ago.
Yeah. I've got little maps to show you that, but it's just 100 yards on your right.
Okay, cool.
The graveyard's. Have you been to church?
I just got here now.
If you walk out this road here, 200 yards, it comes to a road and just go up the tarred hill.
Okay.
And up about half a mile on the left, Killearnan Church. It'll all be buried in there.
Okay.
That's Redcastle. And if you go along that road, about a quarter of a mile on the right, is all the greenhouses, the remnants of them that supplied the castle with the.
Cool.
I got film from 1952 of they had it's 53 in the Queen's coronation. They had a big. People were still living in the castle then. And they had a big sports day on the lawn. You sat there.
Okay.
Okay. Cheers.
Thanks a lot.
You go around the back of the castle.
Is this your property, or you just?
I farm next door, but
your farm.
I've got part of it.
Okay.
But, if you go behind the castle, there's another little house down by the ruin, down by the fern there.
Okay, cool. Thanks a lot. All right. So there's a cemetery. Maybe I'll see some names on it. That's helpful. And here's the stables. Okay. Oh, there it is. All right. That's Redcastle. What the hell is this? Someone left their keys here. Oh, kids' keys. Well, I suppose I need to take some photos, so I'll turn this off and get some photos. But this is where my great-grandfather lived before he came to America. How cool is that? All right. So there's something right there. Now there's a cemetery around here, and there's a like the old village of where all the laborers used to live, I suppose. Should be coming up. That's an old tree. It's been around probably since they lived here. Okay, is this the cemetery? Let's see what this says. Redcastle Estate. I gotta get a photo of this. Okay. What do we have here? It's an old wall. Some water. Definitely didn't have a lack of survival. But what's all this? This must be the village of where all the workers lived. So I'll walk around and see if I can find the cemetery. Which I think it might be on the other side of that wall. But I'll see. Yeah, look at all this. There's like a big lake here. Alright, I'm gonna get this on some footage of this. So that's pretty cool. Little cottage. Turn this off. Oh, actually, yeah, I'm gonna turn it off. Okay. So I'm gonna go try to find this cemetery. 1600s, 1500s, they would have lived here. Yeah, I think this place was built around the 1600s. I'm not sure if any of the headstones are going to be legible, because a lot of stuff wears out by then. But I'll go take a look anyways. But here's a big lake. I'll have to find out what the name of this lake is. I think this is it's a lake that leads to it's like Lake, I want to say Loch Ness, because that's near. That's, you keep going down south of Inverness, and it's the same water from the bay. I guess this is northern Scotland. So whatever that is, that body of water that's between Iceland and Scotland, I guess, it comes through here into like a river, and then that opens into Loch Ness, south of Inverness. So this is all the same river, or the same water. But what this is actually called, I'll have to try to see if I can find out. What's to say? This parking area and land adjacent is out of bounds. Wild fowlers. Okay. So this is the town of Killearnan, Killearnan, Killearny, I guess. Killearnan. So I'm gonna see if I can figure out where I am. Give these guys know. That's another Redcastle. Hello.
Hi.
Hey, do you know of a cemetery nearby?
Church?
That way?
Yeah.
My grandfather was Roderick Mackenzie. He lived here before he traveled to America in the 1600s. So.
Oh yeah, probably because that's an old. It's not used. I mean, there is a new cemetery, but there's only a few ones in it just now. But the old one at the church. So if you just go up here and turn first left,
Okay.
and follow it along, half a mile.
Half a mile from here. Then.
Okay, thanks a lot. So this is supposed to go to the left. And I don't know if that's the left. I don't think it is. It looks like a driveway. This looks like an old building. Still don't see a church. This is a small town. There's only like, looks like there's maybe 10 houses here. Like, if that. It's a little farm village. Country village, some sort. And over there's Redcastle. Still swallowed up by the forest. Can't even really see it. All the trees around it kind of. Alright, what is all this? Milton of Redcastle. I don't even know what that means. Milton. What is this, a church? That's pretty cool. Well, now I have no idea where I am. Could this have been a church? No, I don't think it's a church. Yeah. see what this is. It's an old building, whatever it is. What does it say? Oh, it's a sign for dogs. Oh, looks like the little pamphlet in here too. Say, enjoy Scotland's outdoors. Alright, could take one of those. Know the code before you go. Okay. That's probably good to read up on before I go walk around people's backyards. I think they said take a left at the church, but I don't know which building is the church. It kind of looks like it might have been a church. It's got stained glass windows. So maybe I go this way. Or maybe it's... Is this a cemetery? Is there cemeteries this way?
Cemetery.
Cemetery this way?
That way, is it off me?
This way?
This
Okay.
way, just straight along. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. Going the right way. Sucks being lost, having to ask everybody where to go. But I wonder how far I have to walk. I got sheep everywhere. See, there's a little bit of blue sky. The sun wants to come out. That would be good for some photos if it did. I don't know if they would even have been buried at this cemetery. But I guess we'll find out. I would think they'd be buried closer to the castle. This seems kind of far away. But, I mean, I guess this was all their land, so this was all of been... Oh, that's pretty neat, little... Probably should just drive. Although these roads are so narrow that if another car comes, I end up having to like pull over to the side and then I get the car all scratched up and it's a rental car and I don't have to pay. Plus there's walls here, so... I don't know. Probably just better off walking anyways, get some exercise. Yeah, the sun's coming out. Started raining yesterday. It's supposed to be nice tomorrow, so we'll get some good footage tomorrow. Some blue skies. Wasn't really expecting all this. Actually, I was out on my way to the There's a different castle, McLeod. I don't even know how you say that. McLeod, MacLeod, MACLEOD. That's where they relocated to, apparently. I think today it's like the headquarters for the clan Mackenzie. Still. So I'm gonna go stop by there. It opens at like 2 o'clock. So I got here early. I wanted to stop here on the way. And there's also another place called the Bewley Priory. Beauly. Bewley. Bailey. But apparently that's where one of my ancestors was buried. One of the Mackenzies. There's a kind of like a grave tomb that's still there, apparently. So I'll go try to find that. I don't know where this damn cemetery is. Seem to be walking awfully far. Oh, what's this? Is that a church? Maybe that's a cemetery. Well, oh, here's the cemetery. Let's see what this is. Big walls. So yeah, the problem is with these tombstones, once you get back to about the 1800s, they start to fade off and you can't really read them. So they need to really be redone every couple hundred years, but they just get neglected and forgotten and nobody pays to do it. So they end up just being a stone without a name on it. I'm not sure what the point of that is. The people that are buried there are basically forgotten. Nobody knows who's buried there. But yeah, once you get up to the 1800s, in a lot of places they didn't even start using tombstones until about the 1800s also. So before that, when you get back to like the 1200s and 1300s and 1400s and 1500s, who knows what they did with the dead at that time. I'm sure they buried them, but they didn't really, maybe they marked them with a wooden cross or something, who knows. Okay, here's the cemetery. This is the one. You can tell by how old everything is. So I'm looking for Mackenzie, anything with the name Mackenzie on it. And since this was their land, I'm expecting there to be a lot of stuff. I'm not sure how readable it will be. Yeah, Killearnan Parish Church. Looks like it's. Can I get in? Maybe. I can jump the wall if I have to. Yep, there's a Mackenzie. Alright, so I know there's something here. Alright. Killearnan Parish Church Hall. Today is Sunday. So I don't know if these are still active churches or not, but looks like there's a parking lot there. Well, how do I get in? Killearnan burial ground. Okay. Killearnan Parish Church welcomes you. No dogs allowed. Killearnan Parish Church, Church of Scotland, Ministers, Reverends. Well, apparently, this is still an active church. Okay. How does this work? Just gotta be smarter than the door, I guess. Go to gate. See, for some reason, it doesn't lift it. Oh, there it goes. Let's lift it up. Angle. Okay, so here it is. The graveyard. I don't know how old all this stuff is. I have to try to read up on. It's 1852 in that one. So here's a Mackenzie. Let's see, sacred memory of our father Donald Gray, former Coden, who died, and our mother Christina Mackenzie, who died in 1893. Mackays, a bunch of Mackays are buried here. Some older stuff that probably won't be able to know who's there. But my guess this would be the Mackenzie, the Clan Mackenzie graveyard, or at least one of them. At least the ones from this area. I guess they had a lot of property all over the place. So this specific family that owned this land here. There's a Stewart. Can't make out any dates on that one. But I know that there was a grandfather who married a Stewart, a grandfather who married a Grant, a grandfather who married a Gabriel, a grandfather who married an Anderson, a McDougal. That might all have been, see, these are all 1900s. There's a Mackenzie there. Another Mackenzie here. 1962. These look pretty old. William Mackenzie, 1870 something. Yeah, Thompson. There was a grandfather who married a Thompson as well. McKay over there, it looks like. Mackenzie here. Roderick. See, there's a Roderick, their son. What year was this? 1870s. So go back another 150 years and you get to my family, I suppose. Well, actually 250 years. So I don't think I'm going to find anything that old that is going to be legible. But there's a lot of Mackenzies here. This is definitely the Mackenzie graveyard. Let's see what this says. So 1879. Campbell. That looks pretty old. It's like 1924. It's not even that old. Okay. A Fraser, one of my grandfathers married a Fraser woman, Agnes Fraser. I remember reading that. These are all 1800s, 1900s, and these might be going back further. These little stones that are just kind of like markers in the ground that don't really have any information written on them. I wish I could read that. It looks pretty old. I don't know. Now this is like a mausoleum type thing. This might be some Mackenzie's here. Like a tomb. Yeah, if there's anything written here, it's gone now. But that might be. Well, it could be the. Yeah, going back further. I don't know. That's pretty. Oh, here's a Roderick, 1880. Well, that was his name, Roderick. There's apparently a bunch of Rodericks that came after him. All right, well, I think I've seen as much as I'm going to see. I'm not going to be able to make any of this stuff out. That goes back to that period of time where my ancestors were here. But that's probably the closest thing would probably be that. A little tomb there. Oh, looks like there's something here too. What's this? This looks pretty old. What does this say? Well, let's see. Sarah Mackenzie. I can't read it. 1822. So it's old, but still not old enough. 1841. Yeah, I'm not going to see anything. That goes back to the 1600s or 1500s. I'm sure that they're here. I'm sure that the people that own the place know where they are, but see all these little markers in the ground. It's probably closer to the 1600s. You get to those little just basically markers. But they would keep parish records, and they would, they would know who was buried where. I can't see. If you look up close, what does this say? Oh, yeah, I can't make that out. What does this say? Yeah, 18 something. Some McLean. All right. Well, I think that's good enough. I wonder if I can go inside. Let's see. There's a bell tower. Nope. All right. Well, I guess that's it. I'm gonna leave. Go to a couple other places today. Apparently they lived in the Eileen Donnan castle as well. So there's the MacLeod and the Eileen Donnan. It doesn't have a date on it, does it? So I'll be going to the MacLeod one today. I'll go to Loch Ness today, just for the hell of it. And probably hang out in Inverness. Eileen Donnan is a couple hours, an hour and a half or so south. Maybe we should get a photo of this before I leave. So I'll go there probably tomorrow. I don't think I'm gonna have time to get. By the time I see everything around here and drive down there, it'll be closed. Everything closes at 5 o'clock, so closes way too early if you ask me. But all right, I'm gonna take some photos.